petition in Orange County Superior Court on behalf of our client Paul Peterson, who is president of a minor consideration, AMC. Our petition asks the court to protect the financial interests and opportunities of Nadia Solomon's octuplets by appointing a guardian over the estate of these 8 infants. We are not seeking, nor do we desire to have custody of these infants. And today we appeared in court on this matter as the very first step in this litigation. We filed this petition because we know that Nadia Solomon, as the mother of these 8 infants and 6 siblings, has entered into contracts and received payments for still photos and videos of her octuplets. And she has stated that she will have a reality show with her children produced by iWorks as well. And she reportedly said, quote, that's going to be an ongoing thing and will follow them from now until they're 18, end quote. A Minor Consideration is an organization which for many years has been actively working to advance the interests and rights of child performers, and they have been successful in lobbying for laws such as the Coogan Account Law, which requires that the earnings of children of all ages be protected and not spent or wasted by their parents or third parties, so that when the child reaches the age of majority, age 18 in California, they will be able to have access to and enjoy the fruits of their labor, and that payments under those contracts be placed into separate accounts for them and preserved for them as required by law. We also believe that a guardian can and will seek to hire a professional agent for the payments, different from the mother's representatives, to be sure that commercial opportunities are explored, even if the mother will not benefit from those opportunities herself. Ms. Solomon should realize that for the purposes of some commercial opportunities, she may have a legal conflict or an appearance of conflict with her children. Most importantly, however, the guardian will assure that the children's compensation is fair, that their money is segregated and supervised. In other words, professional management will help to safeguard the baby's separate interests and rights. Our plan will assure that there will be no question in the future that the baby's interests will be advanced and safeguarded, because a guardian for the octuplets will provide independent management and independent accountability. And that government agency did find that a number of labor law violations took place by the media on March 17, 2009, when the first 2 babies returned home. The Division of Labor Standards did agree with our contention that the media, with whom Nadia had a contract to film the babies that night, had failed to obtain work permits for the babies, film the babies after the hours permitted by law, and for periods of time in excess of that allowed by law. Also, labor standards found that no studio teacher was present as required by law. By the way, the purpose of the studio teacher is to safeguard the workplace, in this case the workplace with the baby's nursery. 4 citations were issued and fines were imposed amounting to $3,000. Last Friday, the last court day before our hearing date today, iWorks filed a petition in LA County Superior Court seeking court approval of a contract they have entered into with Ms. Solomon to film the 8 babies, their 6 siblings, and Ms. Solomon. It is our belief that many of the legal steps that are now being taken to protect the children under the law are a direct result of the pressure that we have placed on Nadia and the media, and are insistent that the children's rights must be protected. While we're very pleased that the court approval is being sought, we do still have concerns about the iWorks contract. We do plan to appear on August 20th, 2009 to argue against Nadia's motion to dismiss our case. We believe that we have strong arguments to make in opposition to her motion. And we're looking forward to our next day in court on this matter in our continuing battle to protect the financial future of these precious babies. And I have provided for your reference, I won't go over them, these 4 citations by the Division of Labor Standards, and of course, as to what happened today in court. Today in court, we only ask for one thing. We ask for the appointment of a guardian ad litem. We did not seek today to have appointed a guardian over the estate of the octuplets. We ask for a guardian ad litem. The purpose of that is to explore the facts in this case involving the financial issues surrounding the octuplets. And then the court did grant our request, did grant our motion, and did appoint a guardian ad litem.
And what you're doing is ludicrous.
Well, that's of course the position of the opposition. The court rejected that notion.
But why should you be doing this when you don't know whether or not they've already set up accounts for the children?
And the court indicated, and I wrote this down, the court indicated it, that the appointment of the guardian ad litem is the least intrusive way to do this.
So he can't go into the home. He can't go check out what's going on in the house.
Well, Well, Mr. Dowd, you'd like to address what the
Happy to.
guardian ad litem
The
can do.
reality here is these children don't have interpretive representation, and that's what this is about. We're lucky to have somebody like Paul Peterson that's willing to step forward. Who else would? You look where our guardianship laws came from. They started with orphans, so there isn't any family. Somebody has to protect the interest. You know, we're not looking at the way she's handling things for her children. We're looking at how are their financial interests being used, protected. She's got an inherent conflict of interest. You look at the iWorks contract, which is, okay, you look at the iWorks contract and you see that there's money that's paid for the children. And it amounts to somewhere in the $17,000 range per child over a 3-year period for giving up all their rights. What is Nadia receiving? She signed a contract. Don't you think you need to look to the pro rata share and see how that impacts, and what if she's receiving 8 or 9? What's the newsworthy?
Yeah, we have a lot of questions about the IRS contract, which we will raise in appropriate form at another point. But the point is, again, who represents the children?
Is this
What's it going to cost,
for
Gloria?
that it's always the custodial parent who can independently represent their children's interests. Ordinarily, it would be the custodial parent, but the court always has the option to explore facts to determine whether it's appropriate to have someone else represent the children's interests.
But Gloria, what's it going to cost the children to have the guardian ad
I
litem?
think he had the next question.
What's it going to cost the children in a percentage to have a guardian ad litem sucking into those funds to protect those funds? What's it going to cost the children at the end of this?
The court will determine what is appropriate.
Number one, there is no percentage that a guardian ad litem gets. Any fees that are determined that the guardian ad litem may be entitled to are going to be determined based on a benefit conferred and approved by this court. There's no percentage. This is not about making money. It's about making sure that these children have something at age 18.
So is the guardian ad litem going to do this pro bono?
The guardian ad litem will report back to the court, and the guardian ad litem will then submit a petition to the extent he or she chooses to, and the court will review it and determine what's appropriate based on benefit conferred. This was discussed earlier. There's nobody, this is not out to make money. I mean,
The lawyers for the Mansfield kids ended up sucking up the entire estate. Jane Mansfield's kids got nothing when that was done.
Excuse me. Thank you very much for the explanation.
Or in the UK. Hello. We just wanted to find out, did you initiate this action because of issues of media exploitation and legal issues, or is it more fundamental concerns about parenting
Okay.
and Nadia's ability as a parent?
As we have indicated numerous times, this petition seeks to have the appointment of a guardian for the state of the couples. We are seeking to make sure that their financial interests are represented. As a result, they opened an investigation, issued subpoenas, took witness statements, made findings, and then issued citations against the media who were there that night, did not follow the law. So, yes, I have many concerns. I'm sorry, we have to take somebody else's turn.
Okay, Gloria, so what evidence do you have at present right now, excluding what occurred back in March, but what evidence that Nadia Suleiman is not in compliance?
As the investigation and please report back to the courts. I choose not to comment on any evidence that you might find beyond what we already stated in the court.
But you brought this suit, so you're alleging that there's violations, are you not?
We believe there's a basis for the appointment of a guardian ad litem. We believe there's a basis for our petition. That's why we're proceeding with this.
So the burden of proof is on the mother to prove to the court that she is not exploiting her children.
The lawyers know who has the burden of proof in this case. We're all about the children, and I will add that I'm very, very happy to be co-counsel with Mr. Diary, who is extremely prominent, very big documentary, something previously an audio reality show. They're seeking court approval of that contract.
Well, that's our report from Orange County. Gloria Allred, what's it going to cost the children out of their estate to have all this protection? She doesn't want to really clearly answer that question. It's William Wagner from Orange County, California.